Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the Ordinary Boy Boxing channel. Now today it's my prediction, my quick pick for the upcoming fight between Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr. This is a rematch of course from their first fight that went down in January of this year. Before the first fight, I was picking Chris Eubank Jr. to win by stoppage. I think it was by stoppage or points actually, so long ago, but I was picking Chris Eubank Jr. either way. What ended up happening was Liam Smith knocked out Chris Eubank Jr. in the fourth round. It was quite a surprise. It wasn't so much a surprise that Liam Smith could win this, but for him to win by knockout, and especially so early, was quite a surprise to everyone. In the contract, Chris Eubank Jr. did have a rematch clause. He's initiated that. This fight has had a few dates that is supposed to happen that's been cancelled. I know one of them was because Liam Smith got injured. But either way, we have this fight now coming up, which is on Saturday. So this is my video, my prediction for that fight. Some things to note. Chris Eubank Jr.'s chin was the only part of his boxing skill that was never really in question. And now it is, obviously. The one thing he had going for him, you could criticise Chris Eubank Jr. on a lot of things, on his boxing ability, on his form, the fact that when he's fought big names, he's not won, apart from James DeGale, but that was a lesser of a James DeGale. But the one thing you could not criticise Chris Eubank Jr. on was his chin, very much like his father. But, you know, being knocked out in 4 rounds by Liam Smith, who's not necessarily known as a massive puncher, was quite a surprise. So now that has come into question. I believe that Chris Eubank Jr.'s best days are behind him. And I know that's easy to say as soon as someone has a loss that they're past it. But this isn't Eubank Jr.'s first loss. When he lost to Billy Joe, when he lost to George Groves, I didn't think necessarily, oh, he's done. But the manner of defeat by Liam Smith makes me think he is coming towards the end of his career. When that punch resistance goes, it's not a good sign, especially when you've notoriously had quite a good chin. So we have this fight anyway, we have this rematch. I'm expecting a better Eubank Jr. than the first fight in terms of, I think he's going to be more wary, is going to be more careful. He got into exchanges with Liam Smith the first time because he thought, and quite rightly, that Liam Smith could not knock him out. But he did, so I think he's going to be a lot more wary. But the problem still remains, which was the problem in the first fight between Eubank and Liam Smith, is that Liam Smith is just simply a better boxer than Chris Eubank Jr. There's no two ways around it. And I also think over the years that Chris Eubank Jr.'s power has been quite overrated. So he's not going to have that to help him in this fight. Liam Smith is quite durable. So the way I see this fight going down is one of two ways. I will give you a prediction. I won't sit on the fence, but I see it going one of two ways. The first way is that Chris Eubank Jr. stays out of danger, which I think he can do against Liam Smith. As I said, Liam Smith is not a notoriously massive puncher. So if he's wary enough, he can stay out of trouble. But by doing that, he will lose the majority of rounds because, as I said, he is not as good of a boxer as Liam Smith. So the first scenario I see it going is Liam Smith to win by unanimous decision. Out of my two options, that's the best one for Chris Eubank Jr. because knowing Chris Eubank Jr., he could argue the decision. He'd look better than the first fight in his career. He could still get a few more fights out of it. The second way I see this going is similar to the first. However, again, I fully expect Chris Eubank Jr. to be more careful. But I think because Chris Eubank Jr. is on the decline, a little bit later on in this fight, I don't expect it to go as short as 4 rounds, but later on in the fight, he may wear out a little bit. Age may start to get to him, and he'll get caught with something silly. Do I think he'll get knocked out again? No, but I could see the towel going in or the referee stopping it. Again, with Chris Eubank Jr, he's a little bit like David Haye. You kind of know that anything that goes down in this fight that isn't a Chris Eubank Jr win, Chris Eubank Jr will probably argue with. It would be nice if he does lose at the end of the fight for him to not have any excuses, not have any reasons, and just say the better man won. But either way, I am picking Liam Smith to beat Chris Eubank Jr again, so not like my first prediction, but I'm expecting the same result as the first fight. I am going to make a bold prediction. I'm not just going to go it's going to be one or the other. My prediction, from looking at the build-up, looking at both fighters, my prediction for this fight is, and I'm still not 100% sure on it, but I'm going to go for it. My prediction for this fight between Chris Eubank Jr and Liam Smith is Liam Smith to win on points. Simply because the only thing that's swaying me towards points more than him stopping Eubank again is I know Liam Smith's been injured, hence why the fight got cancelled a little while ago. So I don't know if he's going to be at full force. Liam Smith's a very good boxer and he would always rely on his boxing. He won't necessarily look for the knockout, I don't think. So I see, yeah, Liam Smith winning the majority of the rounds and winning on points. Do let me know in the comments below who you're picking for the fight this Saturday between Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, and most importantly, do not forget to subscribe. Also, we are now on TikTok, so if you look for Ordinary Boy Boxing on TikTok, I'm on there as well, so give me a follow. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video.